I'm not gonna lie, y'all might have cooked with this one. So I had a lot of people inbox me and say they wanted me to react to this video and give my thoughts. Because I'm sure from the ending of chapter 7, you all know that the Shinju are pulling up. The Shinju invasion arc is about to begin. And what better way to set things off? Judging everybody comes with Jura to Konoha. What better way to set things off than Sarada versus Hidari? Now I think this fight might surprise a lot of people. Not because I think Sarada just might pull out a W, but there's a lot of controversy going around Hidari's name, saying, oh, he might not be the same as the others, he might betray them. And while I also think that's a possibility, I also think there's a possibility that Hidari could lose, either from Sarada's MS ability being completely broken or Boruto joining in the fight. And then you have a Boruto and Sarada versus Hidari situation. And at that point, I'm gonna take Boruto and Sarada over Hidari any day. I already have a lot of predictions on the way, so if you guys want a video where I explain how that scenario is gonna happen, basically a chapter 8 prediction video, then let me know in the comment section below. Because I ain't gonna lie, the way that Jura is presenting himself, I feel like he's gonna be a long-term enemy. Like if he comes to Konoha right now, I don't feel like it would be to battle. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like it'll be just a fine Naruto if he doesn't already know where he is. Like I said, if you guys want me to make a video on that and why I feel like that, then let me know in the comment section. But I'm interested in knowing what theories we're gonna see in this video. So now to explain, I'm gonna leave his channel down below in the description just in case anybody wants to check it out. And without further ado, let's hop right into it.
Yo, what's going on everybody? It's your boy Naruto Explain here, bringing you guys another Boruto 2 Blue Vortex discussion. This time, I
fixed the camera, by the way, so let me know if like the camera's more crispy. I ain't gonna lie to I ain't gonna lie to you. I didn't like how it was looking before, but I feel like it's more clear.
I'm gonna talk to you guys about that rather interesting moment that we had at the end of Boruto 2 Blue Vortex chapter 7, where we had Jura obviously saying let's go hunt Naruto Uzumaki. But one thing that stood out on that page is that when you get past the whole shock and awe of Jura saying let's go pay Naruto a visit and Jura sitting there reading all those books, you have a moment where Ikimoto draws Hidari's face partially concealed, and he's got the smallest panel on the entire 2-page spread. And it's something I think was intentional, because when you read the first pages together, it can be easy to gloss over Hidari because so much of those 2 pages was dedicated to Jura, and you have the shock factor of Jura declaring he was going to go after Naruto now. But
not gonna lie, I didn't even see it. I didn't see it. I didn't see it at first glance. But something as small as that could foreshadow something way bigger in the future. Like I said before, the way the Shinju are evolving is honestly because of Code's White Karma. And if you want to hear me ramble on that some more about how Code's Karma is affecting the evolution of the Shinju, click the video in the top right. Right now I go over everything. But basically, the reason why they yearn for knowledge and all that is because of the White Karma. So you see Jura reading books and all that. He would pull up to Konoha, but it wouldn't be to start unaliving people. I feel like that's going to come later. Right now, Jura is only looking for answers. He's only looking for knowledge, right? You can see right here, he said he doesn't understand it. So he should go ask Naruto Uzumaki himself. He should go pay him a visit. Why does he want to pay him a visit? He probably wants to know something. He probably wants answers. And those answers will determine Jura's final solution, whether he chooses to like attack everybody or do whatever else. I don't know. But in chapter 8, I feel like that's what he's coming to Konoha for. Everybody might attack him, right? Kawaki might attack him because I have Kawaki pulling up after Mitsuki. You know, maybe Boruto, and then Jura just wipes all them out. Not unalives them, just puts them in their place. And then they're like, okay, then we got a big problem. Because now we see Jura's strength. He's just looking for Naruto. He's not trying to fight. But trust me, they're going to use chapter 8 as a way to power scale the Shinju. Maybe Jura and Hidari. Now right here, we don't know what Hidari's up to yet per se, but him seeing Sarada might trigger something if he does see her. But your best bet is to not let them see any of their targets. That means Boruto, Kawaki, and Mitsuki should be there because they're not targeted by anybody. It's perfect. The situation is perfect. I didn't believe it at first, but now since I seen that panel, I do believe there's something bigger about Hidari that we're just not seeing right now.
want to zero in on Hidari and open up a discussion on why we need to discuss the potential zinger waiting for us when the Shinju invasion of Konoha takes place, and why Hidari should be considered a potential threat, but not to Konoha, but instead the other Shinju as well, and why that threat is going to be a byproduct of Sarada versus Hidari. So as a reminder, like we do with all of these videos, we'll look at the reason why this entire conversation needs to be had by us as a community. We'll also look at the narrative impact if this does have some weight to it.
Hold on, real quick. Let me just ask y'all a question. Does anybody think that Sarada beats Hidari like solo? I don't think there's many people that believe that. Like with no help at all. And it's difficult because we really haven't seen Sarada go all out per se. Like we don't even know if she can manifest her Susanoo. She should be able to, but does she know that she awakened the MS? We don't even know that. She didn't even acknowledge that she awakened it. Only Sasuke did. So how does she know that she has it? Sasuke just left the village before he could be able to like tell her what just happened. I don't know, but hey, I'm really excited to see her MS abilities, bro. I think that's what everybody's waiting for at this point.
Jura was pointing the other Shinju in the direction of who they need to be targeting to consume, and Jura led Hidari to the bright idea that he needed to search his feelings, and that ultimately led him to Sarada being his target, because something inside of him was pulling him towards Sarada, something that he couldn't explain. In the time after that, we see Boruto breaking the news to Sarada about what happened to her father, but based off what we've seen, he didn't tell her about Hidari, which makes that a rather interesting moment when these two eventually meet because of Sarada's reaction to seeing a Shinju version of her father.
The thing is, I don't even think Boruto knew what was going on. I don't even think Boruto would want to tell Sarada false information. Like if he knew for sure, he would definitely tell her. But the only reason he attacked the Sasuke clone and why he was so focused on it is probably because like the feeling was similar, the chakra signature was similar. I'm gonna assume the chakra signature of the Shinju is similar to the original person. That means Hidari has a similar chakra feel to Sasuke. And obviously Boruto being around Sasuke all these years, he knows what Sasuke's chakra feels like. So obviously he's like, that's going to catch his attention. So off that right there, we already know there's probably more about the Shinju that we don't know, but we're probably going to find out in the future. Like there's still no guarantee. Let's say if they do defeat Hidari, which you probably got to do regardless, would that save Sasuke? I don't know. It probably wouldn't. Does it ever work like that? It would probably stop the tree from sucking the life energy out of him. Like saving them from the tree? I don't know. But it might halt them from dying at least. I mean, yeah, that's good enough. That's a good enough reason. But to permanently save them, I don't know.
Jura is making imminent plans to go into Konoha. You guys, you know my stance on this. I am not a huge fan of the Shinju just rolling up into Konoha looking for the smoke right away. But I also understand that
it's not gonna happen like that. Trust. What I said before, that's for sure is gonna happen.
I learned this several years ago when the pain arc was occurring, to not jump the gun because the story moved with a plot twist I wasn't fond of, or didn't think that at the time reading the manga weekly that it was the right decision. I disliked the idea of Pain rolling up into Konoha since that was the face of the Akatsuki for so long. Even though we knew that it was Toby/Obito who was really pulling the strings, at the time I thought, man, this pacing, it's just blitzing fast right now. We've barely had time to breathe and recover from Jiraiya dying, and then you had the Itachi versus Sasuke battle, you had the Itachi plot twist, you had the twist of Sasuke.
Hey, that's the best part in Shippuden.
And now,
right here, hey, unrelated, but all I gotta say is from Sasuke versus Itachi all the way into Sasuke versus B, peak Shippuden. There was no stretch other than this right here where you just had back to back bangers ever. I promise you. Cause it was just so much going on. You had the Toby voice reveal. My boy was like, it's just what I expected. Bro, that was insane. And then you had Sasuke versus Itachi. You learned the truth about Itachi. Jiraiya dies out of like nowhere. He just bro, what? Looking back, I never seen Jiraiya dying. He was supposed to stay and watch Naruto become the Hokage. And then you have Naruto going off the train to avenge him. Then him coming back and defeat Pain. And then you have Sasuke joining the Akatsuki, pulling up on one of the Jinchuriki and getting mollywopped. Hammer Dongen. He got Dungan. And nobody likes Sasuke at this point. Nobody. So to see that, it was kind of, it's kind of refreshing. But I digress. That was probably the best stretch in Shippuden.
Sarada versus Hidari take place, it is something that is much welcome. You get the chance to see Sarada fight at full power, It's something fans have been clamoring for a while. Kishimoto and Ikimoto
Exactly.
are likely saving her Mangekyo Sharingan powers to be revealed during that battle with Hidari.
As
And I know
expected.
that's something that a lot of people have been impatient about. Where's Sarada's Mangekyo powers?
Yeah.
That has...
And she's gonna get the flower she always needed, you know? Like, I know I'm not bugging. Y'all don't view Sarada in the same light as you do with, like, Boruto, Kawaki, and Tomitsuki to an extent. I would feel like out of all of them, you would probably put her fourth in strength because she doesn't have any overwhelming power. And we've seen the MS so many times before. Besides Kamui, there's no real broken MS ability anymore. Some people might say Tsukuyomi, but whatever. But let's just say besides the MS abilities, I just want to see something different from Sarada, like a new ability we have never seen. I also want to see her just go crazy with the taijutsu, you know? Her being Sakura's daughter, you can't forget that. Sasuke's taijutsu with Sakura's strength, something to reckon with. I ain't gonna lie, like come on, is that not crazy? But I'm gonna go ahead and say right now, after her fight with Hidari, I'll be able to put her above Mitsuki. I'm gonna say it. And here's the thing, she might be closer to a base Kawaki than you all think. Now I'm gonna say that for another video. Just remember, I'm not saying Kawaki with the karma, but as base goes, she might be closer than you all think. That's all I'm gonna say. I know that's gonna cause a lot of controversy, but I don't care. I live for the controversy.
Sarada showed us as the audience she had that power when she was begging for her father to save Boruto's life. Sasuke himself, some of his last thoughts before he got turned into a tree were Sarada and his parental urge to entrust Boruto with Sarada's well-being. It makes sense to have Sarada's first battle using her Mangekyo Sharingan be against Sasuke Shinju.
That's why I think Boruto might just join in anyway.
Back to a full circle.
He already gave his promises.
WWE had Cody Rhodes win the WWE Championship in Madison Square Garden. WrestleMania is a bigger, shiny stage, but for the purposes of the story, doing it at an event at Madison Square Garden, that's the biggest payoff. Getting back to Boruto though, while there was some disappointment that she didn't use her Mangekyo against the Claw Grimes that Code took into the village, I stand by the fact it didn't make a lot of sense for her to use the Mangekyo there. It would have been a waste. It would have been a cheap pop in order to get a sugar high, when in reality, that's not the best place for it.
You gotta wait. It's way too soon.
More about how much stronger she did not.
And she was taking care of them in base for sure. She was taking care of them
on some NPCs that people like Chocho and Shikadai were able to combat. It would be like if, say, Vegeta had to use Super Saiyan on an enemy that Goku was shown beating in base without even trying. That speaks volumes to how weak Vegeta is even as a Super Saiyan compared to Goku than it does to how strong Vegeta is. The same thing applies here. You have to be very careful with this. We saw Boruto bodying those Claw Grimes with no issues, and the most we saw Sarada do was use a couple of ninjutsu against them, and she didn't appear to be getting pushed to her limit.
So what does that say about Kawaki? Like, I'm not trying to make this about Kawaki at all, but he did have to activate his karma to just blast one off of him. Like, I'm gonna be fair though, that one did have the Rinnegan. I see the direction he's trying to go here. Boruto handled him in base. Sarada handled him in base, maybe just activated his Sharingan because of the Chidori. You know what I'm trying to say. Mitsuki was nowhere to be found, so you can't take him into this. But the one Kawaki face did have the Rinnegan. Now, I don't know if that increased his durability or something like that, but he did take it out pretty easily once he activated his karma. Now, a lot of people are going to be like, oh yeah, base Kawaki is nothing. He doesn't even trust his strength. But I've been said Kawaki is a karma merchant. So I already know that with karma, Kawaki is probably top 5 in the verse, you know, or up there. I don't want to do the skilling right now, but in base, he just been underwhelming so far. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. But like I said, base Kawaki and Sarada is closer than you think. That's all I'm gonna say.
While I don't think we saw Boruto at full base power, I do think we saw Boruto use a considerable amount of effort during that battle, because the fact that they mix it up and you need to use a Rasengan not for offensive purposes but defensively, I think that's the story telling us that Hidari and the other Shinju are stronger than we might think, potentially stronger than Code, or at the very least somewhat relative to Code.
No, not potentially. They're stronger than Code. They're for sure stronger than Code. Ada already said they got to a point where Code can't handle them anymore. There was too many like hints that they given us to show, oh yeah, they're stronger than Code now. Boruto even said, yeah, call them off before they're at a point where you can't handle him. When the Shinju appeared, Boruto said it's too late. meaning he was trying to stop it. They're definitely stronger than Code. And not only that, they can use Code's Shinjutsu. That means they have access to the claw marks. Now, the thing is, hold on, I don't know if they have access to all his claw marks. I'm guessing they do. So like, I think Code has a claw mark around Konoha somewhere. So if they want to pull up the Konoha, they can. Easily too. They can move through dimensions, just like Code if he has his claw mark there. Which probably means Code has to stop using those claw marks. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't know if the dimensions have names, but I'm gonna just say Boruto's dimension, you know, Konoha's dimension. They can get to that easily and pull up the Konoha. Right now they can. So he doesn't even have that advantage if he was to fight them. He doesn't even have that advantage. And we know how much of an advantage Code's claw marks gives him. He doesn't even have that advantage anymore. And remember what I said about the white karma, how strong that makes them. So even more of a reason, bro. Come on.
Having Sarada versus Hidari narratively, it does a lot for the story for a few reasons, I feel. It gives us a proper view into how much stronger she's gotten, and
it builds her character up.
That MANGEKYOU Sharingan
she needs some development.
Base Boruto, who fought against Hidari. It really comes down to how much has Sarada's base improved during that time, which I've always felt was going to be the key ever since she and Mitsuki first said that they had the goals to become stronger to fight against OTSUTSUKI. I said it came down to how strong was their base, and a lot of people make the mistake that casual Dragon Ball fans will make, which is they see a Super Saiyan and they immediately associate that power level of whatever Super Saiyan to what Goku was when he fought on Namek. Or to use a Naruto example, they'll see Sage Mode and associate it with Naruto's power level.
Low-key.
A lot of people would say,
he's not wrong. A lot of people in my comment section did that.
Technically only as strong as Sage Mode Naruto who fought Pain.
Even Naruto Sage Mode is way more powerful than when he fought Pain. So people seen Sage Mode Mitsuki and I was like, oh yeah, Naruto versus Pain. He's not doing nothing. My brother. Do you know what Mitsuki would do right now to that Pain? Do you know what Mitsuki would do right now to that Pain back in Shippuden? It wouldn't even be funny. It would. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. You don't even want to know. So right off the back, you would know that Mitsuki Sage Mode it's way more powerful. I'm not even gonna be passive right here, bro. It's just way more powerful than Naruto Sage Mode back then. How powerful is Naruto Sage Mode right now? We all know he can, hold it longer. He can perform Sage Mode way longer than before. But I don't know how powerful it is because we just haven't seen him use it. But yeah, don't think like that though. Don't think like that. Don't think like that at all. Don't associate Mitsuki Sage Mode with Naruto Sage Mode. It's not even the same Sage Mode.
Sasuke didn't undergo any special training in between losing Orochimaru's curse mark and the time when he ended up challenging the 5 Kage. The only thing that changed is that his emotions went into overdrive and his hatred was at an all-time high, which means his power, as Tobirama stated, is the case with Uchiha more than once in the manga. Once when talking to Hashirama, warning him to not make Madara Hokage, saying that the deeper the hatred Uchiha feel, the stronger their chakra and Sharingan and Aqua powers get.
For sure. But Sarada, she works differently, bro. So I'm interested to see how she would get stronger. Alright, say like, we know Sasuke got stronger right here at the 5 Kage summit from just gaining more hatred. But if Sarada seen Hidari and instantly thought about her father, would it give her like a power amp because of the love she has for her father? Or just knowing that if she doesn't defeat Hidari, that could be the end of Sasuke. It could be the end. I'm thinking that could make her stronger. And in this case, we could have a scenario where Sarada just gets stronger in the fight. I mean, it's not like we haven't seen it before where somebody gets stronger mid-fight and that amp just gives them enough power to come out on top. That could be a scenario right here. I just can't wait. I can't wait till chapter 8, bro. I feel like Sarada's on everybody's radar right now. We've seen how strong Boruto is. We've seen how strong Mitsuki is. We got a good idea of how strong Kawaki is at this point. We just need to see Sarada and where she's at. In those showings against the Claw Grimes, I'm not accepting it. I need to see something more. And I still need to see something from Kawaki as well. Because his showings could either drop him in the ranks or, just keep him where he's at right now. From there, he can either go down or go up. it's his choice.
The Sage Mode Shadow clone that Naruto used to fight the Third Raikage during the Fourth Ninja War. That Sage Mode Shadow clone is stronger than the Sage Mode Naruto who fought against Six Paths of Pain.
Of course.
Go on with more examples,
of course, 100%.
I think the big thing here is that we're seeing signs that Sarada and Mitsuki, they've leveled their base power levels up, and by extension, their trump cards, so Mangekyo and Sage Mode, respectively.
Yeah, you gotta understand. Since these ants work as a multiplier, Naruto obviously got stronger right here. His base is stronger than when he fought against Pain, so that would just make his Sage Mode stronger, right? Because it works as a multiplier. Same thing with Sasuke's curse mark. Obviously Kishimoto didn't let him keep it, but if he did, it would have been a decent amp. You know, it would have been a decent amp.
Hidari's showing some of that hesitation in questioning Jura, and Hidari's face not being shown here in this chapter. I do think this is going to be something comes up in that Sarada versus Hidari showdown that feels inevitable. You guys know my stance on this. Boruto's manga has continued that whole concept.
Something interesting could happen in that fight.
Chakra, something goes all the way back to Naruto's manga, and it's taken a step further by saying that genetics also contain memories. I don't think we can rule out Hidari having Sasuke's memories,
yeah,
of Sarada, and it playing a role in their battle, and potentially Hidari turning on the other Shinju.
Or maybe, or maybe Hidari will beat the brakes off of Sarada, and right before he lands the finishing blow, something will stop him. Just something. Maybe the memories of her in Hidari's mind, like, oh my god, I can't do it. I can't unalive my own daughter. Something, at least. Maybe that's how it will go. But I understand you. If we want to see really how strong Sarada is with her MS, we gotta see how far she can be pushed in base. Like I said, I believe there's a way she can do it, but her MS ability just gotta be broken. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. What he said about Kage level, if you're not Kage level at this point or higher, I don't know, you're just not gonna be doing anything. Jonin's level is not enough, bro. It's just not enough at this point. Everybody gotta be Kage level. Kage level is the new Jonin, for sure, for sure. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Will Hidari beat Sarada? Will Sarada pull out the W and beat Hidari? And mind you, Sarada is the underdog in the situation, so that would be an upset. You know, everybody just banking on Hidari beating the brakes out of her. Or do you think Boruto will help and then both of them will beat Hidari that way? Or do you think Hidari will just betray Jura and the rest of the Shinju? I don't want to say side with Konoha, but let's just say he'll try to attack the Shinju, right? But let me know what you guys think about this video in the comment section. Do you guys like the video? Do you guys want to see more reaction videos in the future? And if you do, make sure to hit that like button so you let me know. That's the only way to let me know. Subscribe, turn on post notifications so you don't miss a single upload from me. And without further ado, I'm out. Peace.